Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. This is episode number 4. We are still in a bit of a, what do you call it, a workshopping kind of a mode here. So it's going to be, let's see, what's the layman's term? Fucked up. It's going to be a fucked up show. But that's okay because we're creatives and it's just jazz, baby. You just repeat the mistake twice and it's music. So that's how it's going to go. Today we're going to be looking at a few fun things. We're based out of Atlanta these days. I'm actually in Key West right now in the Key West studio. But we're going to be talking about a bunch of fun stuff happening in Atlanta. We've got the Atlanta Film Festival coming up. We have there's some wellness events happening. There's a roller derby thing happening. There is all kinds of fun stuff. We actually just posted news about that on the website. So if you go to mixeddeity.com/news, you can actually get all of the, literally the entire show we're about to go through. You can pretty much get all of that right there with the hyperlinks and everything you need to get to that. First up, we're going to do about an hour of pre-gaming. So this part of the show is pretty casual. We just pretty much kick back and we see who pops on. We chat with them. We see what's going on with them. And we make sure that, make sure that we give a spotlight for all the creatives out there who got different things going on. So if you want to be a part of that, just go to, how do you get there actually? We've been changing this every week, trying to make it simpler. So now it's so complicated in my mind. I'm not sure if I can even remember. Oh yeah, no. If you go to Atlanta Creator, singular, atlantacreator.com, that'll take you to the sign-up page. On the sign-up page, you can register to participate in any of the fun stuff that we've got going on, including being a guest on this show, including promoting whatever projects or campaigns you're working on this show, including submitting your idea to this show. So literally any idea that you've got that you want some support with, some help with, some feedback on, you can submit that as well. All of that is at atlantacreator.com. Okay. And while we're here, why don't we throw on some, since we're talking about branding stuff, huh? Let's throw on a little brand love. Welcome to Mixed Deity Media Cafe, blah, blah, da, boop, bop, ba, doop, bop, intro. Okay. Moving on from that. Aha! There we go. And the first ask that we're doing for the community is a tripod. Does anybody have a tripod? All right, let's go to the comments. I saw we already had Rob the Timekeeper. Holy McNuggets, all the way back to 2002. Wow. SH to the U to the V. How you doing, Rob? Let me post. Hey, Brandon, are you floating around there? Do you want to post a join link for Rob since we've got? Yes. Oh, I can do that too. Hold on. I'm learning how to use this system. Invite, copy. Paste, send. Did it work? Did it work? That's a great question. So that's pretty much a quick preview of what we got going on today. And then later, after we've finished our pre-gaming hour, we're going to get into the co-creator incubator. That's going to be at 3 o'clock sharp. So if you need to peel off, do some other things, and you want to come back for that, that's fine. The Co-Creator Incubator is our platform that we designed to help creatives find a way up and out of the muck through creative community collaboration. And it's a pretty cool thing that we've concocted here. It's in its infancy right now. And so this is a good time to get involved, because your involvement will literally affect the direction and the shape of what it is to evolve into. But without getting too far down the rabbit hole on that, let's go to Brandon real quick and see what he's got brewing over at Ghost Coast Video. Hey, Brandon, you around right now? Can I pull you up? I'm gonna put you on the stage, buddy.
That button should work. Rock, hi, how are you?
I'm good, buddy. How you doing?
From a production standpoint, I feel like, everybody has that story about their stepdad, and the stepdad grabs them and says, "You're going to learn to swim today," and just throws you in the lake.
That's every day. That's every day.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, no, from a production standpoint, I'm getting you to mess with the gadgets, to touch everything, to just so that when it comes to invitations or changing a screen or just any of the visual continuity, you know all about how to do it and how it's done.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'm the one being thrown in the river is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the abuser who should be having a stern talking to right now.
My very own abuser. Oh,
Yeah, I
man.
know. How
Oh,
romantic.
hold on, I'm gonna
Um,
tear up. Always wanted one more.
yeah. But this has been a big, super week at my own operation, which is about as complicated as what you've got going on at Mixed Deity, in the sense that you do all of the things that artists and creators need to do to go from an idea to a completed project. I help companies and people do everything they need to bring a relationship from a stranger to a close inner circle member. So between these two things together, you're at the nexus by watching this of just lots of techniques, tools, experience, what have you.
It's very
Um,
exciting. It's a very exciting time. It's mind blowing. It's revolutionary. It's
we have, and I'm going to post this to your comment section. We have a hotline. If it works, we'll see what happens.
Okay.
But it's ghostcoast.video/hotline. And
okay.
yeah, and wherever you are, if you're at an event, we're going to be talking about community events. Maybe you're at one of these and want to talk about it. You can hit a button and you can send a video, you can send an audio, you can send a text message, just wherever you are. Even if you don't have time to be on Takeover Tuesday at exactly 2:00 p.m. in the middle of the week, wherever you are, you can tune in, respond, and just be a part of whatever we're doing.
That sounds groovy. Let's get to the events.
What is happening this week?
What is happening? Drunky McFucko. Look at that. He's here again. Enter without mic or cam. Perfect. We're going to do that. So bringing up, I think I know how to do this. Since I'm trial by fire, let's see if I can actually hit any of these buttons. Let's see. Screen share, present. Is that what I do?
Yeah.
Share screen. There we go. I see. Dabba-dee-ba-doo. Share the screen. I'm just clicking through these. I don't know what any of them mean. Window, entire screen. Ooh, I don't know. I better clear a few things off. Chrome tab. That's that'll work. Share. Also, see, look at this. Now it's a show about two guys trying to figure out the tech that they didn't rehearse. We'll do that one. That button seems to work. Oh, look at that. It's the infinity screen. Infinity screen.
Yeah, you probably have your thing here as a subtapper. Now, in the future, if you want, you can drag that newsletter tab out, and then you'd be able to separate that. You'd be able to pick that window by itself.
Gotcha. I can. I said whole screen, so we're stuck with the tabs. Let me just get rid of all my adult material. Okay. Oh man, look how boring I am. All I have is work. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mixed Deity Media Cafe newsletter. Let's see what we've got going on in the community right now. There's a lot happening this month, including the Atlanta Film Festival, weekly events, local wellness, roller derbies. Now, of course, Takeover Tuesday. That's what you're looking at right now. Look at that. It's the infinite window. If you don't know what that is, then I guess just keep watching and you'll figure it out. This is a new thing right here. We've got our incubator points ready to go. So if you want to participate more efficiently in Takeover Tuesday, aka the creators co-creator incubator, aka all things Mixed Deity, very simple. You can go to mixeddeity.com. You'll find this on news. So go to mixeddeity.com/news. This is what you'll find. Anyway, these three links here. One, be a host and promote. You could be a host at any of our events as a star tender if you'd like to promote it. This is how we get people connected. So if you've got something hot going on, you want to be showcased, let us know. You can be a guest on this show. If you would like to help other creatives refine their projects and ideas, and you have some experience with that and you'd like to share it, you could be a guest on this show. There's a link for that as well. If you'd like to submit your own idea on the show and get some feedback, we can do that as well. So this is a very good engagement point here. Pretty much anything Mixed Deity related, if you're trying to level up, this is the spot to go. All right, let's scroll on down. Quick plug for the Saturday pre-gaming social So we, I actually haven't been there to host this event, but what happened last Saturday was pretty awesome. I just called up the place and I said, "Look, yo, can you just open the doors and just like turn on the lights?" And oh, were you there, Brandon? For a part of it, you were.
Yeah, I was there. I was there, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm not sure what time you left, but I found out later that an artist named Sick Flow, who's pretty well known in Atlanta and beyond, rolled through and shot a music video, just right there
Yeah.
in the cafe, which is exactly for the media cafe.
I was there. He was prepping his verse. They were screwing together the camera. He was getting ready to go. I didn't see the whole thing, but I was like, "Yep, this is the right place and the right time."
It was perfect. I felt really good about that because that's what the media cafe is for. It's supposed to be a place where you can go to casually hang out, have a drink, have a snack, meet some friends, network, co-work, whatever, and then perform, live stream, live cast, film, music video, create content, shoot interviews, whatever. Just a kind of an amalgamation of a film studio, like a micro film studio, and like a hangout spot because, media has become so social these days. You could almost call it like social media. It's really crazy. Anyway, so that's what the media cafe is for. I wasn't even there for it. It just sort of worked all on its own, and that's great. But if you'd like to host one of those events, let us know, and we can make you the star tender. So now let's get into the community. Okay, so Sonali is hosting a wellness event on April 16th. From 6 to 7:30 p.m. That's about a week from today, I believe. Is that 2 weeks from today? I think it's 2 weeks from today. April 16th, Tuesday, 6th thing, and she's really fantastic. Just super intentional person. Very in the wellness industry, you get in any industry, you can get a lot of people that just sort of picked it up and started saying, "Yeah, I do this." And you don't really know how developed they are unless you've done your research or unless you have reference points for it. But Sonali's really, I met her 10 years ago and she was like full throttle on this stuff and just incredible. So that I'm not even sure. I can't really plug this event. I don't know much about it. I can just tell you that if it's Sonali doing it, then it's going to be probably pretty great as far as wellness is concerned. Let's cruise on down. The next one, what do we have next? We have the 2024. Wow, is it really 24 years after 2000? That's crazy. Atlanta Roller Derby. Atlanta Roller Derby is happening monthly at their new location. And you can get more information about that, again, from the website. Hop on mixdd.com/news, and you'll get all this information, plus the links. So everything you need and the links right there. Next show is April 13th, and you can get more information on that. Pretty awesome group there. Want to do a quick shout out. We got creative opportunities. So this is for a chance to participate in the different things going on. If you don't like to be a spectator, you just want to actually show up and participate. These are some great creative opportunities going on in the Atlanta area. Kick the Ladder, of course, is a weekly event on Mondays. It's a 1-minute film contest, showcase, collaborative game show. It's a trip what they do. Basically every week you have a 1-minute slot to make a movie. They have a couple of different parameters that change each week, and you just have to keep your movie in those parameters, and then you can collect these little things called frames. Once you get enough frames, you get these different perks in the game, and it's really just very parallel to what Mixed does as far as gamifying community and creating platforms for them to really engage and be creative that are pretty wide open and aren't focused on raking in money. They're just focused on really getting that great collaborative. So Kick the Ladder, I think this is season 4. They were at our space for a month or two, and that was really great to have them. They have been bouncing around to some other spaces around Atlanta. For all the latest information on those guys, you can grab them on their social media. But it's a really fun. It's just very unique. It's its own thing. It really is a great way to practice the craft and see what an audience does.
I loved seeing Kick the Ladder. They had a season where they were with us in the same building, and you just leave, and anyone in your circle that's an aspiring filmmaker, you tell them to go there this week and participate, because there's just something about seeing that much creative work actualized at once. It is like a trip.
Yeah. It really is intense. It's like the real life version of TikTok or something, because they're just all so quick and fast, and you're in the room with the creators. It's trippy. Up next, there's an open house for the Legacy Center, or our Legacy Center, which is, again, another huge creative resource for the community. They have all kinds of programs and resources there for media artists and performers and events and so on and so forth. So that's the 7th. I believe it's from 1 to 4, I believe, in the afternoon. It's a Sunday. Again, hop on mixedt.com/news, scroll on down, and you can get all the information about that. Now,
that's a pretty reasonable time frame.
What's that?
No, I said it's a reasonable time frame. It's Sunday afternoon. You can certainly get out there for that. But now with something new on the screen, let's talk about.
Yeah.
With something new on the screen, let's just get these guys.
Yeah. So mark your calendars. Upcoming, we've got the Atlanta Film Festival. And I literally went to the GPP newsletter, and I just basically ripped their entire newsletter and just stuck it in our newsletter. So this is just basically an homage or something to that effect of their newsletter. And so it's a little bit more succinct. But there's a bunch of things going on. All of these are items in, this is what I didn't realize at first, all of these are items in the Atlanta Film Festival. So late April, early May, this is a bunch of stuff going on. Boom, the Georgia Shorts Film Festival. So that's actually comes earlier. That's April 14th. There we have it. Look at this. It says April 15th here and April 14th there. Which one is it gonna be? Who knows? You're gonna have to come to and find out. It says April 14th twice, so I think this is the typo right here. Okay, and then it's essentially just what it looks like. It's a Georgia Shorts Film Festival, bunch of shorts. It's at the Limelight Theater, and that's Sunday, April 14th in the heart of Atlanta. This is only a few blocks away from the Media Cafe. And there's links there for more information. Save the date again. GPP, I love the GPP. They are my heroes. They really do a lot of great stuff for the everybody in the film industry and media artists entering the industry. They're having a monthly mixer. This looks like, according to my notes, this is happening on April 18th. It's April 18th. So this is all sort of like pregame before the proper Atlanta Film Festival. We've got the shorts thing happening on April 14th. Then we got this mixer happening on the 18th. These guys are really great. And then Artrepreneur. I'm not a fan of that word mashup there, but I'm gonna go with it. I'm not here to judge. Artrepreneur. That's April 19th through the 20th. And that's down at Trilith Studios. If you haven't been to Trilith Studios, they are basically a massive studio complex, state of the art, in south of Atlanta. I was there for a Marvel movie once. I met Mackie. What's the guy? Mackie, the new.
Yeah, Anthony Mackie. Yeah.
Yeah, Anthony Mackie. Yeah, so they were filming that movie down there a while back, and I got to see some of what they're doing. They built an entire freaking platform of a. They built an entire platform for a freaking battleship, like an aircraft carrier, inside the studio in like real size, and then all of the actors were doing their thing. It was pretty crazy. Anyway, so Trilla Studios is pretty heavy duty. Anything happening down there is probably going to be pretty legit. And again, you can RSVP to that from our website. Just go to mixed80.com/news. What else? This is all kind of inclusive of the film festival. So this is the heart of it. This is the ATL Film Fest 2024 and Creative Conference. So this is, again, spanning from April 25th to May 5th. Mark your theaters. It's going to be happening mostly at the Plaza Theater and the Terra Theater, two independent, historically preserved theaters in Atlanta. Really great spaces for creatives. All right, moving right along. That's what we got for news today. If you'd like to be featured, just go ahead and email your info to media@mixdeity.com, and we will probably be able to get you in on this. We don't have time for everybody all the time, but that's what's going on. And for all of the links to that, hop on to the website. All right, moving along. Who do we have in the house? Who do we have in the house? We just lost Brandon. Looks like I'm flying solo today. I'm not sure if we have any guests for the Incubator show tonight. I have been spending so much time preparing the newsletter. I'm not sure if I remember to actually invite anyone. I guess we'll find out later. But yeah, let's. Why don't we just go ahead and take a quick commercial break? That's right, we have commercials, and let's see what the commercials have to say. This is our sponsor. Our sponsor is ourself. And by the way, our goal in life is to help you sponsor yourself, so that when you are ready to bring it to the world, you aren't at the mercy of somebody else. You can kind of just take care of business yourself. I don't know where do they go. Oh, video clips right there. See, you're throwing me into the fire again. All right. Well, let's see what we got here. Okay. And now a word from me, our sponsor. I bet your live stream's a lot like this live stream, right? Kind of looks terrible. Kind of sounds terrible. It can be better. Watch this. First thing that would be nice is if we had a little more room, right? Like instead of boxed in by these little cell phone cameras, we could just stretch. Yeah, that's nice. That's a lot better. And what if I could actually hear you? Wouldn't that be nice? With crystal clear, beautiful sound. And what about having a fresh slate to start with? A blank slate, you know? Or what about some nice lighting, perhaps? A little light would be good. Yeah, that's better. All right, that was us sponsoring ourselves. Isn't that fun? That needs to be updated because it's from our old location. But more or less, this is the kind of stuff that we do. We help bring things to a creative nexus. All right, I'm getting bored of talking to myself. I want somebody to fuck with. Rob, are you still there? Brandon. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to talk about this book. It's an actual book. It's called Empty Bottles. It's written by a friend of mine, and it's really great. It's a really great this guy's a really legit author. He was always so weird when I would see him around that I figured that once he released a book, I thought to myself, I'm like, you know what? It's probably going to be great. And here, I'll just read you the synopsis on the back. It's called Empty Bottles. It's a novel. I have a autographed copy here. Let's see what it says. Yeah, right there. Autographed copy. It says, Rock, I'm wondering if you're my favorite asshole. You just might be. Thanks for the support. Enjoy the ride, my friend. This is from Willie. I never actually knew his last name. Al-Sadek. Willie Al-Sadek. I'm just going to hold it up to the camera. This is the everything's backwards in this. This is the writer of the book right there. Okay. So this is what the book is about. Caesar's life had come undone. A subject he avoids at all costs. That was years ago. The tragedy that had done him in, years and too many drinks to count, miserably content atop his growing pile of empty bottles. Caesar contemplates death and friendship. Mostly he just drinks and smokes cigarettes. That was until Cupid walked into his bar. Overcome with the prospect of revenge for his broken heart, Caesar stumbled up to Cupid with his fist swinging. When he comes to the morning after, with something notably significant of Cupid's in his possession, his world spirals into an adventure unlike any he could ever dream. Despite the growing danger which looms over his every move, Caesar remains committed to his new motivation in life. No more shall suffer the sting of love lost. Caesar is going to kill Cupid. Gonna kill him. And that's the book. I'm only 2 chapters in. I'm only 2 chapters in so far, but we might come back and revisit this a little bit more. I don't have any idea where you can get this. I got it from the author. I don't know if it's online or I have no info on that. All I can tell you is that it's really a great read, and I'm only 2 chapters in, and I kind of reading it slow because I don't want to finish it too fast because it's hard to find a good book. So again, that's Empty Bottles. It's a novel by Willie Alsadek. Well, wait a minute. That's got to be an I if these are all capital. Isedek? Sorry, Willie. I gotta have to learn how to pronounce your last name. Aisedek. All right. So if you have any oh, hey, what do we got going on here? Is Brandon back? Brandon's having some connectivity issues today. I know that. But he's still rocking.
Hi. Am I here right now?
What's that?
Hi. Empty Bottles. It's on sale at Barnes & Noble.
Oh, see, there we go.
They can also go to the Barnes & Noble website and buy it.
Nice. Well, there you go. And that goes to my friend who's an author, and it's really good. And so, support the independent creatives out there. Speaking of independent creatives.
In here. No, go ahead.
Nope. Speaking of independent creatives, I actually didn't have a follow-up for that. I was just kind of hoping something would fill in. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Look at that handsome devil. How are you doing? I'm going to go to the comment.
I'm wondering if this might improve and I can see in real time how my voice is working or vibrating, whatever. People can hear me.
Gotcha. Okay. Copy that.
So speaking of independent creatives, just Willie Alsadek's book, Empty Bottles, you can't get it on Amazon.
Oh, where can you get it?
Right. You can get it at Barnes & Noble or at an independent bookstore.
Oh, okay. We'll just drive down. West. You can just drive down to Key West and get that.
Yeah, of course. You can also just go to Key West and get it from the author.
Or you can ask me and I go get one. I'm in Key West right now. See, look at. See?
I love this.
Yeah, that's Key West. Lots of plants and shit. Yeah, we're in the Key West studio right now. So we're basically we need some guests, man. We actually have a couple of watchers. Hey, what's up, watchers? If you look in the comment section, you'll see a StreamYard link. If you'd like to hop on the show, we've had a couple of slots open up last minute. And if you'd like to talk about your creative project, what you got going on, what your campaigns are, and just let us know. And again, in the comment section is the link to the to join our video conference here. Conference? Show? Don't know. Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna go get a drink. This is just sort of a casual hour before the actual
yeah, no problem. Get a drink.
Yeah. Throw on some music or something. I'm gonna go get a drink. We'll see if anybody shows up. You want to DJ?
I'll do my best here. Yeah.
Maybe I should DJ.
Sure.
I think I have better bandwidth than you do. What's a you know what I'm doing? I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna do it like this style. Old school. You know what I mean? You guys, all you kids and your technologies. You guys got all kinds of technology all the time, doing tech things. Sometimes just put the microphone to the speaker and he gets the job done. Bum, 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 bum.
You don't have to do that. I'm sure you're going to get a copyright violation doing all of that.
Oh, yeah, you're
Got
probably
some
right.
royalty-free music on your phone.
Fair enough. Oh, we got comments. I'm in the wrong section. It's you. It's all you over and over again.
Yeah, that was me attempting to communicate with you. I was
Yeah.
Is it possible for Rock to, well, you know,
I don't get like
we're going to get a producer. Yeah, I've got to find just where your eyeballs are at during the time. But
private
really
chat.
just...
Oh, there's a private chat too. And you were in there too. Wow, everywhere, Brandon.
I feel like I've been saying this in just a loop. There's both a private chat and comments. This is how coordination works for StreamYard shows. Yeah.
I'm figuring it out as we go. I can't respond to a comment. I guess I can just comment. Yeah.
You can just talk to them, or you can type in a comment and then put it on the screen too.
All right. Well, how long until this is what we'll do. We're going to count it down. Oh shit, it's already 2:42. Wow, we're dragging time really good. Okay. So I'm going to put on a down counter. Because we have only two.
What? No, listen.
Oh, wait.
I should am I coming through okay? I should probably talk in that time.
I'll let you
got to
talk
have you know, yeah, let me just talk about what I've got going on, because we got to share this finished product with the team. So I'd rather them have as little dead air as possible, although I'm sure we'll inevitably have a little. But let's just talk through that. Do you know how to add my screen share to the screen before you go? Hit that button.
Yes. Is this part of me being trial by fire?
I can do it, but I want you to see.
Gotcha.
It.
Okay. All right. So the screen that you're
you see that I've got as a guest, I've shared a screen.
So
you want to highlight it and click add to stage.
Add to stage. That guy right.
Yeah, that guy. And then in the top left-hand corner, you should be able to make it full screen, and I'll narrate over it.
Top left-hand corner. Oh, that guy. Yeah, right.
Yeah, of that bottom pit in the dugout, you should be able to. Yeah, and this is how you can adjust the screens and all that other stuff.
Perfect. I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
This is my newsletter type sequence. I write these at length. But this week I wanted to talk more about ideas that are exciting and how I'm implementing them in my day-to-day life. I'm always thinking about like how much to put my face on a camera. You know, I've got a lot of like automated tools and ideas and just stuff that I can do that's really easy to do. But like it can be tough to figure out how much time to spend in front of the camera, how well prepped to be, how to save your time. So I'm always balancing that. Last year, you know, I started this company and I really targeted it at artists, organizations, coaches. And I really thought that I could just do more of that this year. But really, I found that I was doing more of my own stuff, like stuff that you're seeing here on the show. I've been doing just a lot of events. I was at the Body of Christ Church. I was at a film networking event held by PEMDAS Promotions in Atlanta. I want to share, probably most importantly, this hotline feature. And if you haven't been here, it's ghostpost.video/hotline. I feel so dangerous with my like real website backend on as I'm doing this. But you can share anything you want to share. If you're at an event, I was at PEMDAS Saturday, and it's film networking. It's people that are working on Netflix, and they're doing like Marvel, and they're doing special effects. They're just people who are doing things in the film industry. And so I took this and I put up, I hold up the phone and I'm like, let's do a shout out while you're here. So like if you have a shout out for any event that you have coming up next week, or that you're at and you want to spread the word about, you don't have to be at the place. You just might have a couple of minutes. This is how you do it. And we'll work on social media. We'll work on putting it in the newsletter database. And I'll probably share it with Brock at TAKEOVER Tuesday. Odd to have an ad for this. You're already doing it. You're watching that right now. But it's the hub for a lot of the things that we have going on. Because I know for a fact that people aren't always like ready to interact in one way or another. You might not have time to come to watch a live stream on Tuesday afternoon. You might not be able to go to a Saturday show. You might just have time to give a shout out or an email. And really, an idea for me is that there's something that you can interact with no matter what your level of sophistication is. Or no matter what your level of time is. I don't think it has anything to do with how sophisticated you are. But no matter how much time you have a way to create something that people see and can share with the brighter community. I also made a class. It's a free class. It's 5 days. It's called Membership and Community. And it's called Members and Community. But it's all about just making first impressions with a membership site. You see a couple of things that we do with mixed deity inside the course. You also see some tools that you'll only see from me, the hidden sauce at the end of the rainbow. So this is 5 days, and each of these videos are like 45 minutes, but they're very dense with information. And it's like you'll have just tasks to do each day. And I also send you an email. And it's free. Just send in your email. I also wrote a book. I don't know what to tell you. The human attention span can be very jumpy. I've really tried to jump through every possible hoop. So it's like, maybe you need to come and hang out with me on Saturday. Maybe you need to come and talk to me live. Maybe you need to schedule a call. Maybe you need to read a book. If you go to my website, there's a link that has my book. And it's a full-length book. And it's about just making the best of whatever your situation is and being able to present your ideas to people. Yes, that's Rock. Are you here? Are you ready to talk?
I am. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I mean, I can go on for another 15 minutes and talk about what is lead generation. We spend
We only have 11 minutes.
We spend a lot of our real life doing that.
We only have 11 minutes before the game starts. So yeah, go ahead and just take the stage. Rock all 11 of those minutes.
Do you want? Okay. All right. Listen. Sure. I'll do it. Let's do, just while we're waiting, I'll talk to you about lead generation. Wow. Isn't that fun?
Creatives Concierge.
How do you meet a person? Well, talk about the Creators Concierge, and I'll talk about just what are the core tools for lead generation. Plug the concierge. If you want.
Well, no, I was just saying that, in that this is an example of what the concierge does, and then you just keep going.
Oh, okay. Well, I do networking groups. This is one networking event, but there are network events all around the world happening all the time. Rock, you grew a large community on Meetup. People will see you on Meetup and just walk right in. This was a promote your business networking group. So if I go in there and I talk for a couple of minutes about like what I'm doing, a couple people will book a phone call with me and I can talk with them in a one-on-one kind of way. I also used an email tool called New Reply. It works. I mean, it just sends tons of emails. I go on LinkedIn, I click like LinkedIn profiles that I'm interested in, and then it gets their email address, and I tell them, hey, I saw you on LinkedIn, and I write in something personal about them. It's kind of time consuming to do it in a way where people don't want to beat you up, but you can make a PowerPoint, an Excel spreadsheet, get personalization type aspects, have something personal to share with everybody that you meet. It goes into a little dashboard. You can create a list, and these can be in any industry. They can be any type of person. They can be people you met on LinkedIn. But it's a little faster to write all of them a personal email than it is to try to connect with them on social media. Because those social media platforms, I mean, they're really made to just have you stuck there all day. And it's hard to just really make any kind of lasting connection with any human being. And all of that is really in terms of trying to get a one-on-one conversation. If you've ever been to my website, you know that it runs on WordPress, and I use a tool called Fluent Booking to like get their information and kind of hold on to it. If you've ever used like a tool like Calendly, or if you've ever used a tool like You Can Book Me is used if you've ever like applied at Deity, and it just takes all of my bookings, like all of my appointments, and I also keep forms here so that people can like, well, in fact, I'm skipping a little bit ahead. I have a CRM called Fluent CRM, and like if somebody books an appointment with me, I can get all of their really relevant information. I can learn about them. Whatever their issue is, I can like tag it. And so if I need to send an email to, and again, this is just like what you're doing at Mixed Deity, it's easy for me to do it. Yeah, and I also encourage people to like send information. So much of like the most important things about what we do is like getting people to fill out forms, because just me as one human being, it's really hard for me to keep track of 100 people. But if they've all RSVP'd, if they've all checked in, if they've all whatever, signed in, if it's an event, then I know I can kind of keep track of that person. And whenever it's something where it's a long-winded conversation like this, and it's me talking to one person, I put it in a little course builder called LearnPress. And it's just like a class. You can make any kind of related set of topics. What does this do? And it's LearnDash is what I use. I did a couple of things for LearnPress, but I got over it. LearnDash, you can keep just any kind of collected information. And it's smooth. It's just a great way to keep a grip on a person and develop your relationship with them. So yeah, that sounds like a lot, but it's not. I don't know. 1 second. And that's like the whole apparatus of what we do. So I try to teach people how to use it in order to make it easy for them to do this. If you want to chase clients instead of chasing a 9-to-5, you probably need to juggle a bunch of people that you meet on social media and people that you meet at networking groups, and just herding goats sometimes. If you want to change from like your life relying on one person that's in charge of your income to it being more like, I don't need one specific person to control my life. This is kind of how you do it. These are like the physical website form, password, spreadsheet type things that you need to make just a multipolar life that doesn't depend on your relationship with a company or a guy. if you're a company and you need this kind of setup for your business, you know, you say, I need sales page, landing page, funnel, appointment setting, customer management, automated emails, classes. I can give you like a clone of this for a bunch of money. But if you need just a service, I can also help you with that. It's just a matter of what do you need. But the most valuable things that I have, like my time to look at what you have and care about it, or the book that I spent months and months writing, it's free. And I also do this show for free. And I have a podcast network that I do for free. So it's really about just the more that you charge, your relationship to time is a little bit different. And if you're somebody that you need the service, hi, you're frozen. I see you now.
I was just holding still.
But you talk about this a lot. If you're somebody that just needs to work with rock on a financial tip, you probably don't need as much of your time. You just need the service to work. You already have an idea of what you need, what it looks like, and you just need a social connection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm setting you up to plug the concierge. But just every stage has a different kind of financial versus time investment.
Pew! All right. Well, what do we got? What's our countdown for the Co-Creator Incubator? Oh my gosh.
You've got 3 minutes.
3 minutes?
Yeah.
The Creatives Concierge is sort of a developing program. Basically, everybody's going the AI route. Everybody's going the database and algorithms and all this stuff. But I find that the more robots you bring into the equation, the more we tend to miss the human element with things. Not everything, but many things, especially things in the service realm, things where you're trying to get help for something. If you're going through a robot, you're probably hating your life. So we're going in that direction. We're going in the humanistic direction. So the Creatives Concierge is essentially a network of former gatekeepers who are now incentivized to cross-pollinate their networks into one interconnected network of networks that has unilateral incentives, both from the vendor side and from the client side. And we personally vet everybody who comes through and maintain an internal, information on them about like what their experience is working with them and so on and forth, so that we can make actual recommendations, human recommendations about what venue you should go with, what user you should go with, what client, based off of you and your unique human attributes and your event and its unique attributes and the other humans that you need to be involved, whether it's a sound guy or talent or crew or camera people or set deck or venue or transportation or ad, whatever it is. The network sprawls in every single direction. So any aspect of anything can be inclusive. If you're creating something, there's no limit to what you might need involved into getting that done. So the Co-Creator Incubator is the platform where we work on projects, but the Creatives Concierge is the entry point where we say, hello, who are you? What are you doing? How can we help? And that's easy enough to find out more about that. You just go to mixdeity.com, and just go to the front desk at mixdeity.com. You can also email frontdesk@mixdeity.com and learn more about that. And it's a shared network. So the network we use with the Co-Creator Incubator to get everything done there, it's the same network that we are vetting through the Creatives Concierge. And I believe we're like at 20 seconds out. Okay, man. All right.
Yeah.
I gotta get the script ready. We still don't have an intro, do we? We have the overlay. We'll just use the overlay, and then I'll
I keep
sing.
having you singing.
Yeah, I know you love it when I do that. I know you love it when I sing over the overlay. We do have a bumper though. Where's our bumper? Show bumper, CCI, co-creator incubator. Okay, here's the show bumper. Co-creator incubator. And then I forgot to switch the other thing over here. We got to get it going. Boom. Okay. So welcome to the co-creator incubator. I know it's a big difference. So you can feel the temperature change in the room. Yeah, it's major difference.
Wow.
I'm gonna slide on over here to my supposed script. Let's see if I actually have any of this script together.
I believe in it. It's gonna be
I'm
fun.
still on top
We're halfway there.
Well, we're done with the pre-show. Pre-show's done. Is the show now?
Which went pretty smooth.
Yeah. Okay. So simple orientation. Let's get you orientated as to what the incubator actually is. Let's find out. That's completely the wrong link to the wrong info. I don't think I'm going to try and read this. Oh, wait, hold on. I see. Okay, here we go. I got a script. This is going to be fun. Welcome to the Co-Creator Incubator. In the spirit of streaming creative collaboration and giving status to those who help our communities the most, the Co-Creator Incubator is a project development game intended for inspired creative ideas. These ideas can develop into businesses or careers, or can exist simply for the creative satisfaction of bringing your random passions and unlikely idea to life, and nothing more is required. Why do we do this? Well, what's the catch? Well, it's what I felt like doing with my life for some reason, so I'm doing it. And what do you feel like doing with your life is the real question, though. Whatever it is, you probably can do it, and Mixed Deities Co-Creator Incubator can probably help. So, before we kick things off, let's check in with one of our creative alumni and see how things are going for them. And this is the part where we bring somebody in who we would have scheduled, and it would have been great. But instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at a project that we did in the Co-Creator Incubator, just to give you an idea of something that's possible. And this is a music video by one of our artists named Joya Bravo. And this video was created by people participating in the Co-Creator Incubator. It was made for basically completely free. And the whole thing was put together by people earning points by collaborating. And everybody who collaborates earn points. And they comp in the game, and then they are able to do more things in the game the more points they earn. So let's have a look at this. We're not going to watch the whole thing. Well, maybe we will watch the whole thing. We'll watch at least a portion of it so that you can see an idea about this video. And this was created by the Co-Creator Incubator. And as soon as I finish clicking through all these goddamn buttons, this is exactly why I don't want to do this shit. All right. We're going to go ahead and play the video. Okay, here you go. So this whole video is available on, wait, how do I do this? It's available on YouTube. You can see the whole video on YouTube. It's pretty great. There's a lot of people that worked on that. I'm going to scroll to the end here real quick just so I can see, do some name shout outs. to the artists who collaborated. Yeah, so some of the co-creators that worked on that video were Christopher, X the Flare, Nadia, Tommy, Becky, Tina, MZ, drummer Bailey, CB, Rill, DJ Lottie Dottie, and Ian. Special thanks to all of those folks who brought that video to life. And so that's just one example of something that the co-creator Incubator was able to put together. And it was, many hands make light work. And the incubator is essentially an incentive for people to collaborate and get organized and get things done. And that's what we're trying to do. So moving on, let's see what we got next in this crazy thing called love. Wow, you're really just letting me do this all on my own today, Brandon, aren't you? You son of a mother, son of a Hanuma. I'm sure some buttons.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. We're gonna get it. Don't worry. Like honestly, like I know lots of podcast streamers. We'll get someone to jiggle the knobs as we go forward.
Do the knob jiggler. Got it.
You still need to know how to jiggle the knobs.
I suppose so. Yeah, I suppose so. So anyway, let's take a look at here. Before we move forward, I do want to do a quick shout out to Kyle's Kombucha, actually, and I'm going to do this because next week, heads up, next week we are broadcasting from Kyle's Kombucha. So I'm going to do a quick one of these dudes. Share screen. Share the screen. Wow, I don't know, there's too many buttons. Wow, this is a lot of buttons. Really hate this. I hate buttons. I really hate them. Okay, so this is what's going on. Next week, Kyle's Kombucha. So this is these guys are outliers, right? I love outliers. They went to a drinking town and opened up a non-alcoholic bar. There are now on one level that's a stroke of genius, right? And on another level, it's kind of like a weird sort of suicide mission. So these guys
counter programming,
yeah, they're about a block away from our Key West location, and they serve kombucha. But here's the thing. Now, for those of you who don't know what kombucha is, it is a live culture that aids with digestion. It tastes like sort of fun, bittersweet, bubbly. I love it. I drink it all the time. You can get it at the store. A few years ago, it was pretty avant-garde. Now it's a bit more mainstream. You see it everywhere. The difference is that if you buy it at the store, it is pasteurized. Pasteurized kombucha. Well, it's kind of pointless because the whole point of kombucha is that it has live cultures in it. That's the whole entire point of it. It's a living drink. And when you pasteurize it, you basically kill all of that. So it's kind of a sort of, classic capitalism versus, community and humanity, just like not making any goddamn sense.
The freedom to drink bacteria.
It's you need it. You need good bacteria in your gut. People think bacteria has a bad rap, but there's good bacteria and bad bacteria, obviously. So, anyway, they brew it in Miami and bring it down fresh. So this is all unpasteurized kombucha, which is very hard to find. You cannot find it in any kind of grocery store or that type of environment. So these guys, and man, it really is delicious. It really is. And that's what I'm drinking, by the way. This is directly from the shop from around the corner.
Oh, that's sick. I love that.
There's no labels on it because they just have empty jars and they fill it from the tap, from the keg. Anyway, so these guys, we are going to be broadcasting from their location, and they're hosting an after party for TakeOver Tuesday. This is what I'm trying to get to. I should have mentioned this earlier, but anyway, for TakeOver Tuesday, next Tuesday, Kyle's Kombucha down on Truman Avenue in Key West. I'm going to be performing a few songs. And I'm not sure what else is going to be happening, but we'll hopefully get a little bit of that captured. But if you're in Key West this Tuesday, what's the next Tuesday? The 14th? 7 plus 2 is
next Tuesday is I think the 9th.
The 9th, right. So Tuesday, 9th, Come down to Kyle's Kombucha. We're going to be doing Takeover Tuesday live from their location, and they're going to be hosting our after party where I'm going to perform, and I might have some other friends coming down to perform as well. So just keep an eye out for that. Okay.
Wow.
Thanks,
Cool.
Kylos. Let's get back to our regularly scheduled program. That's
That's a lot of kombucha news.
Yeah, well, we're gonna be there. So, see, this is what is annoying. Okay, great. I guess I just got to get used to the interface. I can find it. It just takes too long. It's kind of a buzzkill. Okay, so let's see what we got going on here. Bump, bump it up, bro. Next up is I want to introduce the idea board. So the idea board is, let's see here. Bump, bump. If you go to mixeddeity.com/idea, no, not IDA, idea, mixeddeity.com/idea, you will end up, and I'm going to go ahead and do the thing again. I'm doing the thing again. If I can find the freaking button for it. Oh my God. Okay. Yep. The whole screen. Yes. Share the screen. Yes. Dude. Wow. It's 5 buttons. I'm going to really hate this. What is that? There we go. Infinity. Okay. Here we go. So this is the idea board. Are you laughing back there, Brandon? I feel like you're just having a grand old time while I struggle with this. This is the idea board. So the first step to playing the Co-Creator Incubator is to get your idea on this board. And if you go here, you can see that this is searchable. So I can look at events. Let's click on events, see where it takes us, okay? So here's some events happening. You know, these are all different things. Let's go back to view all posts. What about some LGBTQ? What do we got going on there? All right, this is some different things in that realm. What else we got going on here? And these are all ideas people have submitted. It's a fashion show. These guys are in a lot of stuff. Photo party. These are all ideas that have been submitted. Some of them have been completed. Some of them are in the works now. Some of them are new, and some of them have been just straight up abandoned, which happens. It happens. Like you have an idea, you want to get it started, then life happens, you get peeled off, you got to do other things, and the idea just kind of floats in the ether. So we keep all of the orphaned ideas, and we let them just sort of live here, just in case somebody else comes along and decides, wouldn't that be cool to reactivate that? So if you're on the idea board and you're cruising around looking at ideas, you'll be able to see if they're active ideas, if they're pipeline ideas, if they're new ideas, or if they're orphaned ideas. And you're encouraged to essentially find one that you like, that speaks to you, that you'd want to be involved in. And, you can usually connect with the creator directly from the idea board. And then that'll kind of help bring you into the community and get you activated with these different things going on. So let's look at some active projects right now. What do we have under the active? The Media Cafe build out. Okay, so this is essentially we had talked with Daniel Friday.
Yeah, I met Daniel just a couple days ago. Yeah.
What we're doing
Daniel's
now
hanging out there at the horizon.
Yeah, what we're doing now is we're taking the videos of people explaining their ideas and their projects, and we're putting them on the idea board now. So you can actually go and watch the clip of the original pitch for the idea, and you can get a sense of who the person is, what their vibe is like. You can contact them. So, for example, if you wanted to get involved in this active project right here, it says right there, active, which is the build out of the Media Cafe, and you want to know more about it, you can email Daniel right there. You can hit him up on Instagram. You can watch this interview between the two of us talking about the idea, get a sense of what he's all about, what he's bringing to the table. And he talks about what you could expect collaborating with him. So that's how the idea board works. And for anybody coming on the show today, I don't think we have any submissions today, but if we had a submission today, we would go over your idea. We would take the video, and if you pass the gauntlet, the idea gauntlet, then you would get your idea brought to this board. And that is the goal of the first step of the incubator game. The goal number 1 is to get your idea through the panelists and get it on the idea board. So let's see what other active projects we got going on. In the meantime, if you don't have an idea submitted, you can go to the idea board and pal around. All right. Now this one right now, Film Creators Club. This is a funny one because that's literally what's happening right now. Somebody had submitted, I think this was Vanetta. Yeah, Vanetta submitted this idea like, I don't know, a year ago. She said, you know what? I think that it would be really cool if the Creators Club you guys are doing was filmed. That would be neat. And this idea has sort of lingered on the board for like a year or maybe 2 years. I don't know how long it's been on there. And finally, it got activated. I was scrolling through there and I said, I really do like that idea. That needs to happen. And I jumped on board, and now we're inside it, right? So the idea that was created a year plus ago, we are literally on the active live cast of this idea. So sometimes they can percolate for a while before they find a home or find a team, but all good things come in time. So that's the idea board. This is sort of the central hub of everything that is happening with Co-Creator Incubator. And if you want to submit your own idea, it's right there. Look at that. You can just fill that out. Very short little form. Just tries to get us orientated as to like what you're doing, and then you just submit it and you're good to go. And then of course you can browse all of them. So these are all the different ideas that are on the board, just to give you a sense of the diversity of it. We're talking about events, we're talking about wellness things, we're talking about music, classes, health, vegan potluck, all kinds of different stuff. So really anything is good to go on that one. Anything can work. So that's the idea board. All right. Now
I love that.
So there's 3 phases of the incubator. First phase, discovery, where we discover your idea. What is it? Why is it? Who's it for? What did we do? How's it going to be? Tell us about it. Sell us on it. Make us understand what it is. Discover it. Is this really even the idea you really love? Are you passionate about it? Why are you passionate about it? And discover everything there is to discover about this idea. Who's interested in it? Why is it interesting? What's compelling? Has it already been done? Is there somebody doing it better? Is there somebody you could do it better than? How is it different? How is it similar? All these different things come together to really discover the essence of this idea, right? Once we've done that, you get it through the gauntlet, we put it on the idea board, and then the next phase is finding your teammates. Who's gonna wanna jump on board with this project, all right? That's phase 2, which is development. First phase is discovery. Second phase is development. The development phase is basically exactly what it sounds like. We develop the idea. Who's going to work on it? How's it going to happen? Where's it going to be? What's the budget? What resources do we need? Just go through the whole gauntlet of stuff, and then we try to find all those pieces and make a plan for how this idea is going to come together. And once that plan is fully vetted and put together and ready to go in motion, then we activate it and we go into phase 3, which is the delivery phase. First is discovery, second is development, third is delivery. The delivery phase includes everything from activating your budget, activating your, formal infrastructure, whatever that's going to be. It just depends on the size of your idea. You could have a teeny tiny idea, you could have a big, massive, expansive idea. It could take a few weeks, it could take a few years. It just doesn't really matter. There's no real rules here. There's just guidelines. So third phase is the delivery phase, and that includes the entire, whatever the marketing plan is going to be, whatever the economic plan is going to be. All of this was figured out in the development phase. But in the delivery phase, that's where we activate it and we just push it as hard as we can to get it across the finish line and make sure that it lands. And that's the 3 phases of the incubator. And that music video you saw, for example, was one that made it all the way through all 3 phases. And there are other projects as well. So we do not have any submissions today. We've already put the incubator through the hot seat. We've already put Ghost Coast Video through the hot seat. We've already put Daniel through the hot seat. And I'm just marveling at how dry it is out there. The climate is so dry for fresh ideas. I think did everybody give up on their dreams in advance or what?
I don't think anybody's given up on their dreams.
No?
I think
a lot of people. I think the majority of people have.
I don't think that's true. I mean, I think people don't always have the capacity to pursue their dreams. but I don't think the dream. Who's
Well,
not dreaming? When you go out
that's
and talk
literally
to
what
people?
the co-creator incubator is. It is. That's a great way to put it. It is the capacity to pursue your dreams. That could be our
Yeah,
slogan, maybe. So
yeah, it
maybe
could be.
they just don't know we exist.
That's
Probably,
the thing.
yeah. I
It's
think we
it's
are
really,
still the
we've got just
secret,
this.
best kept secret on the internet.
Yeah, we've got this role to spread the word. You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I sound like a broken record, which is fine to sound a little like a broken record sometimes. It's making sure that whatever someone's situation is, there's a way for them to be into it. Like our pre-show, uh, I really think it's going to become way more popular when people realize they can come here for 5 minutes and talk about whatever they've got going on. Uh, you know, just the idea of coming to give your shout out, people are going to file into that like crazy. Like, you haven't made a promotional ad saying, "Hey, come to the pre-show, give your shout out."
That's true. We should make a promotional ad. That would help.
Yeah.
I mean, just any kind of promo. Yeah. Well, I guess we've been just kind of working um, on the.
We're making the promo right now. Over the last month, we've been slowly making the promo piece by piece, and it's been getting more and more specific. We started with just meeting our friends, and that was a very broad kind of show. And then we started talking about the app. Then we started talking about the show format, and now we're in the real nitty gritty. We're just talking about it in a more and more detailed way, a more and more intimate way. And then when we start doing the promo, people will be able to understand just at a glance as they go through the recent episodes what it is, how it works. We've been repeating ourselves a lot, which is great.
We've been repeating ourselves a lot,
I've done shows where, yeah, I've done shows that are like you're just vibing and there's tons of people in the room, but it's not like, eventually the room leaves, and everybody that's an artist knows you can get into a great party and share your ideas, but it doesn't always stick with people. So you've got to be able to have your ideas stick with the people that you need. So if, like, you're at a party and you say, come to this thing on Tuesday, come to this thing on Saturday, send your idea here. I just see lots of potential for people to be evangelists for what we're doing and for it to fit into their existing creative life. So that when you meet somebody, like, how they can find you, and you're in a community of art that is making slow progress on your work for as long as you're there and interested in it. So yeah.
Yeah.
At least that's my working theory. I think it's this service makes it a lot easier for people to have like a way to talk about their work, even if their work isn't moving forward at, like, for us, it's like a blistering pace compared to most people. I mean, it's funny that you're here doing this live cast with me, and we're talking about all these initiatives, and we're saying, boy, other people, do they even have dreams? It's because we're great at doing this. We put together things relatively quickly. Like, the average person has to think of their dreams or their projects in the time frame of years, what we do sometimes in weeks.
I think that you kind of nailed it you kind of hit it on the head there. Yeah. That's what founded it. Definitely, that was the concept behind its inception. Is that I was looking at a project and realizing that my only two options was to find somebody who wanted to pay to have the project done, which I would have had to have changed it so much that it would have been virtually unrecognizable from its inception, and make it something that was going to be profitable so that I could get the investments to do it. Or I had to just do it all myself, which would just take the rest of my life, basically. Or I had to find some way to incentivize, like, I'm like, people could just do, like, we could just get together in a weekend and do this, like the amount of workload, I mean, split between enough people. And I'm sure that there's some incentive. And so realizing that probably everybody else has this problem too. If I have this problem, why wouldn't everybody have this problem? You either have, the financial resources or you have the community resources. But, some of the greatest talents out there are not only broke, but socially awkward. They're not good at building community.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're right.
They're not good
I mean,
at
you're right.
like using and like keeping up with people and like working the network and all of this stuff. And they're not, they don't have, an unlimited bank account either, but they're wildly talented. It's like, why isn't there like an option for them, and so that's, I guess, what we're doing here is creating that.
Yeah, like if you are any of those groups, like if you're the Georgia Production Partnership, or you're Joya Bravo, or your Atlanta Roller Derby, we're taking a little time to schmooze on your behalf. We're recording a little piece of a live stream.
Yeah,
we're chopping it up. Yeah, but we literally are. We're recording a live stream. We're chopping it up into pieces. We're making, like, how many clips are we making per week? I mean, when I do that newsletter, I make 7 clips. It's like I have a clip every day. But for us, like, we're doing 2 hours. We could probably make 10 clips a week. We could make a lot.
Yeah, it's. I think that's entirely possible. I've got a couple people on. I've got a couple people on the. Hold on a second. I'm waiting to get my mad chemist hair fixed. Follow the prompts. Is that what I say? We have. Oh yeah, there's a thing going on. Is it this weekend or next weekend? I think it's not this weekend. It's the 12th. It's the 13th. So weekend and a week and a half. The Thrift Pony. There's a bunch of stuff we haven't talked about yet. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up.
Five Fest is happening next week. There's lots.
Yeah, we don't have anybody in the pipeline for the Incubator today. We've kind of done what we can do. No contestants, no show. That's no big deal. So we're going to circle back to the pre-show hour because we do have a couple more things to do. Yeah. Let's see. Thrift Pony. They're trying to get on the thing. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can get a graphic for this real fast. I think I can go to this. I'm getting better at this. You see? Thrift Pony that came. Okay, so this is happening. I'm gonna have to add this to the newsletter because this is gonna be great. Bop dump 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 shump flump de flim flam shlim ba dibba dur flubber durba de blow blur ba dibba 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 baba dibba dibba de bow these guys. Yeah, Thrift Pony. That's what's up. That's what's up. So this is happening the weekend after. Hey, let's bring her in. Let's bring in Helen to the stage. Can you bring Helen to the stage, please? We can talk about a Thrift Pony.
Hello.
Helen.
How's it going?
It's good. Welcome.
What's up?
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for hopping on. We were just about to talk about Thrift Pony and the event coming up this week. Do you want to go ahead and tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so we're hosting a big secondhand and vintage clothing pop-up. We've done a bunch of these in Charlotte, and we just bought this like 1999 mini school bus. So we're taking the concept on the road. Atlanta's going to be our first stop outside of Charlotte. So the way we do it is we go to the city for a week, and we collect clothes from people to sell at the sale, and we bring a bunch of our own as well. So if anyone's listening to this, anyone in Atlanta has cool stuff they want to sell, we give you a 50-50 split of whatever the item sells for, which is a pretty good percentage. But yeah, we're going to have men's and women's clothing, a mix of vintage and contemporary brands. Our average price is like $14. So I'd say it's, pretty affordable. And yeah, it's going to be a good time.
It looks like a lot of fun. You
Yeah.
mentioned there might be a food truck there. There might be, so it's a clothing swap, or not a clothing swap, but it's what's the official term for this?
Just like a clothing pop-up. Yeah.
A clothing pop-up.
Yeah.
And so you're going to be, you curate these clothes. You get collaboratives for people who can bring their clothes, buy clothes, sell clothes. Is there a DJ? Why do I think there's a DJ at this event?
I think we're gonna have a DJ. I'm talking to someone right now, so I think we'll have a DJ, a food truck, everything. We're kind of figuring out the formatting now, because it's a little different, every venue that we go to. But I think we're gonna have a bunch of like $3 and $5 items outside too. So there's gonna be a bunch of good discounts. The second day, everything's 50% off as well. So like tons of good deals. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, and it's completely free to attend. So anyone can come.
Why don't you plug your contacts just so where people can find more information?
Yeah, our Instagram is Thrift Pony CLT. So we post a lot of stuff there, and we'll also be posting previews of the items that we're getting in. We've gotten a lot of really fun stuff already. And then thriftpony.com is our website that has all the event info. And then there's also an Eventbrite. I think if you just search like Thrift Pony ATL, it's on there. And you can RSVP through the Eventbrite. Tickets are free, so you don't have to do that. It's kind of nice if we have a head count of how many people we think are going to come, but definitely not required.
Nice. And this is on April 13th, 13th and 14th. So that's Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday?
Saturday, Sunday, yeah.
Saturday, Sunday, all day Saturday, Sunday. And that is actually, this is going to be at the McSteedy Media Cafe at the Little 5 Points Community Center, right there in the heart of Little 5 Points, just off Euclid.
Yeah, facing, the road, so you can't miss us.
Yes. Yeah. Very cool. So we're going to get to see this pink pony.
That's really cool.
Yes.
I
just took her to the shop, so she's going to hopefully be able to make it all the way down there. I haven't had any issues, but she's old.
I see you've color coordinated your hair with your bus.
Yes, the hair came first, but I found this bus on Craigslist and it was already pink, and I was like, this is meant to be. I have to buy it. And it was already like outfitted for a boutique. Like it already had clothing racks and like I didn't have to do anything other than change the decal. So it was perfect.
It looks like a pretty big setup you guys are bringing in.
Yeah, we're the space we've done it in Charlotte is like a little bigger than this space. So we're like adjusting some things. We're definitely going to be using like a portion of the outside and incorporating that, but I think the weather should be nice, so it'll be fun.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. I'm excited about this.
This will be one of the coolest things. I just think the bus, the clothing, the block of time, people will be coming in and out. I just see it being just a super entertaining event. How did you guys grow? Like, how did you guys grow in Charlotte? How did you start? How did you get to where you're at now? Tell that whole end of the Thrift Pony story.
Yeah, it's like kind of an interesting story. So I during the pandemic, I started a clothing rental company. So I don't know if you guys have heard of like Rent the Runway. It was basically like people could rent dresses to wear to special occasions. And I did that like out of my house for about a year. I rented this tiny little like warehouse space and was using that as a studio. And the rental business like wasn't really taking off. So we were just messing around, trying things. We decided to have this big consignment sale, and it was like a huge hit. Like all these people brought us their clothes, and we curated everything in a really fun way. Like we would make themed racks. Like we made like a Harry Styles rack. We made like like granola. Like we kind of made them by like different aesthetics. I think we made like what were the other ones? I'm like blanking right now. There was like a Freaky Friday one that was kind of like not punk, but like 2014 punk. I don't know.
That is such a better way to organize clothing rather than just
no, it was so much fun. It was so much fun.
But rather than by sizes.
Yeah. And we like did it by sizes within it was a lot of organization, but it was like so much fun to do. So we did a few of those, and then there just happened to be this space next to my current warehouse space that was available, and it was more of a retail space. So I ended up renting that, kind of pivoting and opening like a full thrift consignment store last February. And it's just, I don't know. I'm just like I don't even know what we're doing, but we're doing something, and it's grown a lot. I think Charlotte doesn't have that many like cool curated thrift stores. We either have like pretty pricey vintage stores or like Goodwill. So we're a good happy medium. Like I said, our prices are like, I don't know, 13, $14 on average. So it's still pretty affordable. And we do a lot of events. We host markets. We have like a big parking lot in front of our store that our landlord lets us take over. So yeah, we do a lot of community events with markets, a lot of fun themed things. Like people really like a theme. So that's, I think, led to a lot of our growth, and excited, eventually I want to expand outside of Charlotte, open stores in other areas. So to kind of experiment with that, test other markets, we're doing these pop-ups. Also, like I've been stuck in Charlotte since I started my businesses because they've all been very local, and I'm like, I want to get out of here and see other cities. So it's like also selfishly me like wanting to go live other places for a week. So yeah, that's kind of our story.
That's really great. I love a story like that. Something that comes from like an organic love of something, and then it evolves and develops, and then hits a chord and finds its audience. That's just like that's the best. What is the theme? You said that you have themes. So is there a theme for this on the Saturday, Sunday, April 13th and 14th in Atlanta in Little Five Points?
So we're calling it Thrift School because it's an old school. And we're not gonna do it with like, so the challenge with when we did the themed events is like we had a lot less stuff to organize. We've like grown, and now we have more things, and it's like kind of impossible to continue curating like 5,000 items by specific categories. So we'll have like featured racks outside. I think we're gonna have like a jock rack that has vintage like varsity and Letterman jackets. I think we're gonna have like a goth one, a punk one, like a quirky teacher one that has like colorful sweaters. And then like a kind of like dark academia one with blazers and dark brown colors and stuff like that. So we're gonna have like featured racks, and then in the inside, I think we're gonna do, just things sorted by category, like traditional retail. So it'll still have a component of that, the themes.
Can I dress up like a sketchy professor and like wander around?
For sure. Yeah. No, I think I was talking to my staff, and I was like, we should all pick like a character to dress up as, like a high school character. I think we're going to bring some vintage prom dresses too, because we have accumulated an assortment of those. So definitely
Nice.
going along with the, I love the venue. It's like, it's so cool. It's perfect for this. So gonna lean into that.
Nice.
You've had just so many abrupt changes in how you're presenting your work, whether that's being at home or at a warehouse or in a store or at a strip or doing a bus or being on the road. Are there any that you have specifically liked? Is there any of these presentation styles that have really worked with your style, or have some been harder than others?
That's a really good question. Like when we used to do our big themed events, like we had this space that we weren't using as a store yet. So we had a lot of storage, and it was easier to curate things. And now that we have a store, it's like harder to, clothing takes up a lot of space. So I think definitely like having a physical store has been really nice, because clothes are heavy and it's hard to transport them. We did for our bus events, like we've kind of been mixing up how we do it. Like sometimes we'll have clothes outside the bus, sometimes we'll have it in it. So like it kind of just boils down to organization. And I've learned, over the past few months, just like how to organize things in the most efficient way. But anything that's mobile or pop-up is always more work, because you have to just like transport stuff, set up things, organize it, take it down. If it's outside, you have to like worry about elements and stuff. So being able to like actually rent out a physical location has been like a lifesaver, because when I was doing stuff out of my house, it's weird because you don't want people coming to your house, and then going on the road or doing pop-ups are also fun, but they're a lot more work than just having people come to you.
You're doing pop-ups on the road. Do you have a playlist?
We have We have a lot of playlists. We have like a lot of store playlists. So we just bring our store Spotify on the road. But it really depends on our mood. But yeah, we have a
What's in
lot
the
of
store Spotify?
we listen. Okay, I don't know. Are you familiar with Chapel Roan? She has a song called Pink Pony Club, and we love her and we play a lot of her. And what else? I'm like I'm not the expert playlist maker. I have a lot of Gen Z employees who are cooler than me, who have better music taste than I do. So they do they make all the playlists, and like it for a while it was on my own personal Spotify. So when I got my Spotify Wrapped, I was like, I don't know who any of these people are, like where it was like my most listened, because it was all these, I don't know, bands that I'd never heard of. I'm kind of basic. Like I just listen to Beyonce and Taylor Swift.
Same.
That's probably good enough for the people that are coming.
Yeah.
They're all going to be happy no matter what's on the speaker.
Yeah.
So Friday or so Saturday and Sunday, tell us about people who want to bring clothing to the event. What do they have to do?
Yeah. So we're you guys are gracious enough to let us use the space in the building the week leading up to the event. So we're going to be there collecting clothes. We do it by appointment just to kind of manage the intake. I think we'll probably be taking walk-ins as well. But if you go, I think it should be on our website. Yeah, the click here to learn how to sell your clothes at the sale. It's there. It's also on Instagram. And you can reserve a 15-minute time slot. We go through your items. We'll tell you what we can and cannot sell, and we can tell you what prices we're going to sell them for. And we do everything on consignment, so you get paid once the items sell. So we have like this online consignor portal. You can track whatever items we took in during the sale. You can like in real time see how much money you're making. And then after the sale, you can come collect a check from us, or we do direct deposit, like electronic payments that we'll just automatically send out if you don't come and get a check. So you get paid. And then anything that doesn't sell you can come back and pick up or have us donate.
That sounds sophisticated. You guys have got this like on lock.
We've had a lot of time to figure it out. We also have the software.
What was that?
Literally, this is what we were talking about before you. This was literally what we were talking about before you got here. We were just talking about, for something that seems cool and breezy, like going into a thrift store and buying like some clothes that you like. There's actually a lot of tools that actually go into each step of that relationship. Like if somebody wants to sell their clothes, they've got to set an appointment with you, which means you've got some kind of appointment program. If they're going to sell or buy from you, there's, like you said, some sort of software that manages, that whole end of things. Are there tools that have really helped that whole process for you that you just stand by and you just love having them on board?
Definitely. So for our appointments, we use Calendly, and that has been really good for us. And then I love automation. So I use Zapier, and it automates a lot of like when people set up an appointment, then it'll send them an email. Then when their appointment's done, it'll send them a confirmation with like their contract and all that information. So it like automates all that stuff. And then what are the other ones? Consign Cloud is the software we use to manage all of our inventory and consignor accounts. And it's really great. It's also our point of sale system. So it has, when we get an item, we put it in there. It prints out the tags with the numbers. It tracks all the people who consign with us and how much money they've made. What else do I use? I love Typeform. Just like I love a form. Like I do a lot of forms. For this event, we are looking for some day of event help. And I just like posted one out there, and I've already had we've found a few people who are actually going to work the event who live in Atlanta. So I'd say those are like the ones that I use the most. Like Zapier.
I have a Typeform. And we also are big fans of their video affiliate Video Ask, which basically does a lot of the similar things, except like they can send a recorded message about whatever they're doing or whatever they've got going on, and it comes to us. Do you have some sort of tool for like emailing people? Like if I go there and I buy a shirt, am I on a mailing list, and then you tell me next time you're back in town? Yeah.
So we have I use Klaviyo for that, and which is nice. I don't know if you guys have used it before. It's just like any email system, but it's nice because it like segments people by where they live. So like I'm not emailing people who don't live in Atlanta about the Atlanta event.
Yeah, no, I use Klaviyo, and the thing about that is it's really specific for like cart interaction. Like if
Mhm.
somebody were to add something to a cart and then remove it, then you can send them like 50 emails and just be like, hey, did you forget this? Here's
Yeah.
what's similar. Or if there's somebody who buys a lot, you can even sort them by like how high they are on like the customer list. And if they're like your top 10% of customers,
Yeah.
you know, you can talk to them more often, or you can send them like, just come meet me, or just whatever your VIP list is.
Yeah, definitely.
Rock, are you still here? Did we lose you with our
I'm back. Look
with
at
our
that. See, you
list talk?
missed me. I knew it. Well, we geek out on the on all this type of stuff, Helen. You should know
Mhm.
that we all the like the click funnels and all that kind of
Yeah.
like CRM
Organization.
stuff. We're
Yeah.
we're dork with that stuff.
Love it.
Yeah. So, well, this is fantastic. Thank you so much for being here with us, and thank you so much for bringing your awesome event. Is there any other asks that you have that we can like let the community know? Like, hey, hit Helen up for you selling your clothes. Hit her up for checking out this event. Hit her up for what else?
Yeah, we're definitely still looking for people to sell their clothes. We've had a bunch of people RSVP to the event already, so I'm like, okay, got to get enough inventory to sell. So yeah, if you have stuff, and we have a lot on our Instagram about like the type of stuff we take. But I'd say overall we're not like terribly strict. What else? That's really it. And then yeah, come to the event. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay. All right. I think that hits it.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for having me, and thanks so much for hosting us. We're really excited.
Yeah. You don't
I'm
want
excited.
a bunch of high school cliques without the clothes to stand around. So make sure that you get those clothes there. You're going to have nerds, the brats, the bullies. They'll all just be hanging around inside this revamped school. It's going to be like, yeah.
I'll be like the
I
show.
gotta
vibe.
Professor outfit on, some goggles. Something like that.
I'm looking forward to it.
So, all right. Well, let's go ahead
Yeah.
and call it for today. I think that we pretty much did what we came to do. Brandon, what do you think?
I feel great about it. Yeah, good fight,
All right.
good night.
I do too. All right, everybody. Well, we will catch you next time on Takeover Tuesday and the Co-Creator Incubator. And make sure to check out all the fun stuff on the website. Go to mixdeity.com/news. And we're going to be adding Helen's event to that post haste. And if you'd like to get all of this in your email box, then just go ahead and click subscribe on the website. And we will see you next week if we don't see you before then. Thanks for being with us, Helen. Thanks for being with us, Brandon. And we'll see you all next time.